Hey guys, Holden here from H1 Fitness. Today I kind of want to just explain or bring up a new kind of concept to kind of think about. So, think of your arm as your leg, okay? So think of your deltoid as your glute. You can think of your tricep as your quad because it extends. You can think of your bicep as your hamstrings because it flexes your arm. And then think of your forearms as your calf, okay? And your hands as your feet, okay? So if you kind of take this all into account, you can kind of realize the importance of having all these structures nice and supple and how they can relate to each other. So if you have, tricep pain, elbow pain, that can also contribute because you have tight forearms. Just like if you had tight hamstring or quads and your calf, that's going to obviously counter forces in your knee. So think about your arm as kind of that same complex. So a lot of people neglect working their forearm, if they have some elbow pain, same thing with, hamstrings and having, shoulder pain, not shoulder pain, like hamstrings, glute pain, low back pain, so like, if this was your hamstring, it definitely can affect upstream, like if you had tight hamstrings, glute problems, back problems. So just think of this as muscles in your leg, and think of it as like the same way you should kind of address those issues. So first off, for your hands or your feet, same thing. You're gonna put the ball here, basically press, just kind of roll around. Okay, I'm a guitar player. Hands get really tight. It's really important to loosen up your hands. They do a lot of stuff for everyday people. They're always really under tension, and especially if you do use your fingers a lot, if you are like a guitar player, any other sort of athlete, you're grasping a ball or something. It's important to work these. Okay, next thing, let's work your calves, kind of. Think these like as your calves. So from here, place the ball around the meat of those forearms and just put all your pressure. You can kind of, with your wrists, you can kind of do some, flexion extensions. Just kind of get that forearm working. For me, this is really tight because people just don't work these in your forearms. And your forearms basically dictate how your hand and wrists move. So if you have weak or immobile forearms, your hands can kind of be all junky and your wrists can be even worse, okay? But also, this can, if you have tight forearms, it can really affect your elbow pain, definitely. And in some cases, it can affect your shoulder pain because it's just kind of moving up that kinetic chain. Okay, so you kind of hang out here, pull your body weight on it. Actually feels pretty good after a while. Loosen those guys up. Okay, next thing, tricep. Think of it as a quad right here. Place that bad boy right on top. Okay, put your arm on and just kind of do extensions, flexions, kind of move it around, get some rotation in there, and I can tell it's really junky in here. There's just a lot of fascia that's never been worked on a lot. Okay guys, push-ups, doing push-ups, pressing motions. Geez, your triceps really get hammered. That's something I need to work on more. Okay, then same thing, you can do it with your shoulder. Just lay on that ball, Okay, add pressure, move around. Okay, same thing. Think of those as your glutes. Okay, they stabilize. You think of your hip rotators. Think of that as like your rotator cuff. Let's see. Then last thing, see if I can get this in the frame. Take that barbell. Okay. You're gonna lay that sucker. Excuse me. You're gonna lay that sucker right on your bicep. Okay. Right on your biceps. Think of it as your hamstrings. Tight hamstrings can lead to that kind of low back pain, glute complex. Okay. And also you can roll this up and get that anterior deltoid. Okay. And you can kind of do some movements like this, get that shoulder moving. So yeah, that's a good one. So that's about it. Just think of your whole arm, shoulder. It's pretty much the exact same thing as your knee and your leg, and you can address the same problems by kind of thinking as those complexes as one of the same. So don't neglect specific body parts. They're all interrelated, all just as important. Thanks guys, H1 Fitness.